Hey traders, thanks for stopping by the channel and watching our first video covering subscription television streaming services. FUBOtv is the topic today, and we are very excited to tell you about some of the things going on with this streaming company.
That's right, guys. Today we're talking FUBO, ticker FUBO. This streaming company has had some really interesting catalysts and huge upswings. With a recent break of the 50 and 200-day SMA, the stock is looking very bullish. Shane and I are here to tell you why we think it is going to break out soon.
If you're an avid cable television viewer, then you may want to change the channel. Just kidding. I doubt you're watching YouTube on your smart TV and still using something as archaic as cable television. That last statement holds true for millions of people around the world. As technology advances, it seems streaming services are in, and cable boxes are a thing of the past. A frontrunner in the streaming industry is FUBOtv. With earnings reported at almost $120 million for Q1 2021, it is no surprise that this ticker has been on many traders' watch lists since early May. With that kind of growth, there are bound to be opportunities to make money with this stock. Let's go back to October 2020 with an IPO cost of $10 per share. FUBO raised $183 million with this initial offering, and it seems the company has been raking in the tendies ever since. Consistent growth in subscriptions has led to FUBO being ranked in the top 10 of streaming service providers by multiple sources. Here, we can see a number 7 rank, with the biggest perk being the selection of channels and obscure sports programming. As this company continues to grow, it seems that the catalysts potentially causing uptrends may not be what you think. The 52-week high of $62.29 came exactly 1 week after the announcement of Hisense TVs being preloaded with the FUBO app, and the remote control is integrated to pull up FUBO Sports at the click of a button. That's right, folks. A remote control caused the biggest uptrend this company has seen since it went public. The other big uptrend that saw the stock valued around $57 came after the acquisition of Victory. It would seem the goal of FUBO is to utilize the sportsbook capabilities of Victory to offer their customers an easy, streamlined way to make sports bets. As you know, if you have watched our DraftKings video, sports betting is huge right now. Once FUBO actually brings their vision of sports betting to market, I'd imagine we will see another potential run-up beating the previous 52-week high. FUBO stock is on sale right now, folks. Trading this stock for short swing gains could prove effective so long as you do not get greedy. I am anticipating a nice rally back into the 30s before we see any downtrends. Average volume around 15 million and a free float around 108 million. This is not a very volatile stock, so predicting these trends should be pretty straightforward. Long-term investments and swing plays should both prove profitable, as this company is bound for growth.
FUBOtv merged with FaceBank in late 2020, after which the stock flew during the crazy bull run of late last year, going from about 11 to 60 in 2 months. FUBO then double topped around 60 a little bit later and fell to a recent low of 1464. As we know, the growth sector in streaming services were on fire last year, and FUBOtv was no exception. They have been growing paid usership, reducing costs to the bottom line, and improving margins. In addition, their advertising revenue is exploding. This is welcome news for a company that is not yet cash flow positive. In my opinion, this company has a very clever business model. According to their SEC filing, they say our business model is come for the sports, stay for the entertainment. I have to admit, with a sports lineup like this, which covers NHL, MLB, NFL, golf, and international soccer, they pretty much have everyone covered. And once a person decides they, for example, want to watch their favorite hockey team win the Stanley Cup this year and sign up, they get access to a huge library of ever-expanding content. This company has a massive allotment of programming, which I think can compete with some of the big names in TV service like Xfinity and Dish Network. Also, FUBOtv uses machine learning, which they acquired during the merger, to recommend content to you and increase their user retention time. But I think that is just the beginning. Because they merged with an international business who has banking and payment processing capabilities around the world, they suddenly have access to an entire developed world full of people in 180 countries wanting to watch this content, who can pay with one of 140 accepted international currencies. And I know I'm not the only FUBOtv bull. There are tons of reports and analyses out there showing that a lot of big money thinks FUBO will rally big this year. Analysts have FUBO with a low of 25, which is still up 5% at recording, and a conservative high of about 60, which is around the all-time high. Notice the average of these analyst rating is about $36. Please keep that number in mind for later. Now here's a little technical analysis from Bazinga that you could pull up with an easy Google search. And their argument, while simple, is that FUBO broke out of a descending wedge and has since rose above both the 50 and 200-day moving averages. A student of TA would recognize this as a bull call. So I'm here showing the one-day chart on Webull, and I have drawn in several Fibonacci retracements from the all-time high to recent low on 3 different time point charts, and this will be important in a moment. The results of my analysis are now shown. It may look a little bit messy, but please let me explain. Fibonacci retracements are a tool traders can use to help identify support and resistance lines during a bounce or a crash. In this case, we are performing the retracement from a high to a low in order to understand something about the bounce back up, which we are currently seeing. Okay, I get it. Maybe you're not that big into math, but you don't really need to be in order to appreciate the beauty of Fibonacci's golden ratio, and that in fact it is found everywhere around you. Seemingly amazingly, it actually also applies to stock trading. The thing with these retracements is they're really only as good as the data you use, and they're really only good if you can start to see the same pattern on the same chart, same high and low, but different time points. Say the 1 hour chart, the 1 week chart, the 1 month chart, something like that. This is called confluence. And when you see confluence, it increases your confidence in this analysis. But you need to know that this analysis is just a tool like RSI or MACD. It does not predict the future, and it may not be correct about everything, including the resistance and support lines that it suggests. But it can be an indicator. If we start to see some confluence, it can increase our confidence in this analysis. So I mentioned that I've drawn 3 separate Fibonacci retracements using the all-time high to the recent low, one in each of the 30-minute, 1-day, and 1-week charts. You can see that with very little separation, these 3 retracements line up. This is suggestive that we can place a little bit more confidence in one of these analyses. Also, we can see that the retracement highlights at least 2 areas of previous resistance and support, which I highlighted in the orange dotted line. So what does this mean? I think this is suggestive that if we fully break through the 2561 line, we can expect this stock to rise significantly until it tests the 32 range. If it clears 32, the next clear resistance point should be about 36 or 38. Interestingly, this line is called out pretty explicitly by the Fibonacci retracements and is also the average price that analysts think this stock will rise to. Unfortunately, we don't really know what the time frame for these kinds of things are, but these are the key areas I think that traders should be paying attention to if you want to be or are currently invested in FUBOtv. Thank you so much for watching our video today. If you found some value, please consider clicking the like button, and if you'd like to see more content like this, click the red subscribe button. My name is Michael.
And I'm Shane. We are the Trending Traders, here for you and here for growth. If you have anything you'd like to add in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you, and thank you again for stopping by our channel.